come out of my people. There's a remnant of Judah that will lead this charge. Judah must be gathered first so that the other tribes cannot magnify himself against them. We cannot be gathered here. We have to go someplace else and prepare. Together, then we'll lead the charge. You nations, you Gentiles, you must help us. You must help us. Help yourself. Because you put everything you have into a system that have betrayed you. We're your last line of resource. We're the children of Israel. And we're here to proclaim liberty and let you know that the God of Israel will protect those that follow the voice. There's other things I wanted to bring, but I wanted to bring that out. We need to talk about preparation. You have to realize in Leviticus the 11th chapter, swine is an abomination to the Most High, to the point where it's one of the only animals where he don't even want his people to touch. Why? Because it's filthy. It was made strictly for waste. Okay, you wonder why the earth is fighting against us with all these diseases. We're eating the things that should be eating the diseases out of the earth. Pigs were made to eat the diseases and die of the diseases. And then you bury them. That was our natural waste system. It wasn't no stockpiles of trash all over the place. The earth used to help itself and regenerate itself. That's what swines were for. You had a herd of swine to kill all the diseases in the earth. That's what it was made for. And see, the Most High made the pig so perfect as waste. It made it so that all the infirmities stay on the inside. He made it so that it don't even sweat. It have no sweat glands. So that it don't get out to the populace, the diseases in it. And there's this little place at the bottom of its hoof where the pus oozes out. That's the diseases coming out of the pig. So the pig was made as a natural garbage disposal. So if you do it this way, then the pig helps the earth. You understand? So it says, let's not even touch its carcass because that's a diseased animal. So Satan used this particular animal that the Most High specifically said don't touch as a delicacy for the Gentiles to push on God's people. And when our people were brought over here in slavery, they made us eat not only the pig, but the waste of the pig, the organs and the intestines of the pig, in total defiance of our God. In the book of Maccabees, it shows our brothers being slain because the king, the Caesar, the king of the Greeks, wasn't Caesar at the time, but the king of the Greeks, for sport, was making our people eat swine, and we defied it, so they killed us right before the people, like public spectacles. So the desolation of abomination was key because not only did they sack Jerusalem, they opened up the pig and sacrificed the pig on the Most High's altar. And now they're attempting to shoot all the people with swine.
That's ridiculous.
Okay? So the desolation of abominations happened in 70 AD. Satan came down knowing that he had a short time. Go to Revelations 12 for me first, please, brother. Then let's get to Thessalonians. Y'all have a second? Okay.
You said Revelations last time?
Revelations.
12.
The 12th chapter. I'll tell you what, why don't I touch on it just a little bit of the stuff. Just a little bit, just enough, all right? Let's get Mark 13. Let's start at the 13th verse to show you how this links into the gospel and to the church that's teaching today. Read Mark 13 and 13.
Mark 13 and 13. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
So we will be hated of all men for the Most High's name's sake. So we understand why people are coming against us with the name. That's part of the prophecy. Because everyone is calling on Satan. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So we must endure unto the end. We know that it's going to be some hard tribulation once we leave this country, but we must endure to the end. Read the 14th verse.
Verse 14. But when ye shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing where it ought not, let him that readeth understand. Then let him that be in Judea flee into the mountains.
So we fled into the Atlas Mountains when this happened. When it says standing where it ought not. Satan is not supposed to be on or in Israel or in Jerusalem. He's standing where he ought not. This is a mystery, so that's why it says, let him that readeth understand. Everyone is not going to understand that. The desolation was Satan setting himself up at that time. Okay? And had the Romans sacrifice pigs on our altar. And those that took heed to Christ's prophecy fled into Africa, or the Atlas Mountains, and made their way westward.
What's the Atlas Mountains?
The Atlas Mountain is between Europe. It's right there between Europe, Israel, and Africa. It's right on the cusp, right there. They ran in there around Morocco, and then they started migrating into Africa. Okay? And that's those that took heed to the prophecy. You have to realize, a vast majority didn't believe they had to go anywhere. And they were slain by the Romans. That's Masada. Okay? So let's go into it for a second. Go to Revelations 12 and hold Thessalonians.
How many years in between when the people who heeded the prophecies left until they were until other people came and got?
How many years between the time we left in 70 AD and the time where the slaves, where the ships started coming against us? Okay, you're talking about, it was probably about 1,203 score years. 1,260 years. Because don't forget, you put 70 on it, and that's about the 1400s right there. It's near the 1400s now. And that's when that's when the Spirit came on the nations to start coming against us in those areas in Africa.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. One moment. Okay. Let's start at the 12th verse.
Revelations 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea,